Good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is when you see this video, folks. This is Mechanic Dave here. It's been a little while since I made a video. I only typically make videos on vehicles that stump the living hell out of me. And today, I'm working on a 2005 Ford F150 with the 5.4 Triton. So, I'm going to go outside here and show you what's going on. Misfire is the main thing here. I had multiple cylinder misfires. I'd pull it up on the live data on my Snap-on scanner. Number 6 cylinder was misfiring about 690 times every 2 minutes, and you could visually see the steering wheel shaking. You could feel it in the seat. Felt like a dragster, but it had no power. I changed all the plugs, took it out on a trip. It was smooth, and I thought, well, not everyone drives like a grandma. Let me see what happens when you got to merge into traffic and you need to stomp on it. So I would stomp on it, and all of a sudden, engine light popped on. It was rocking and rolling. I had the live data already connected in case something happened. I tuned in and saw that number 6 was the misfiring full. Number 5 had misfire counts, but not as significant as 6. Cylinder 5 was probably about 13 to 14 misfires every minute. Cylinder 6 was, like I said, 690 every 2 minutes. So I pulled the number 5 and the number 6 plugs. Number 5 was clean. Number 6 was sooty. It was covered in soot. I pulled the plug out, connected it to the coil. Well, actually, I ended up replacing coils on 5 and 6. Problem was still there. Pulled the number 6 plug, cranked it over, and you could see it was like a Tesla coil, man. It was putting out a lot of spark. So I did a fuel pressure check, like a fuel balance check, flow check. Everything seemed fine. I ohms checked number 6 injector, and it was ohms checking the same as all the others. So out of curiosity, I took the 5 and the 6 injector and swapped them. Completely clear across the board. If I let it idle now, the number 6 no longer misfired. The number 5 misfired like a son of a gun. So I got a hold of, let me backtrack. I did a compression check on the number 6. Had 170 PSI. First I was thinking that a valve got wiped out or something, but anyways, so I got there's the old injector. I even replaced the ignition coil pigtail. That injector, if you're needing a part number, this is Napa, and there's your injector part number. My cost was, let's see, where was it? My cost was $40.99. I don't pay tax because, I got to pay sales tax. Anyways, yeah. And then if you need a pigtail for the ignition coil, there's the ignition coil pigtail part number. And obviously it's going to come a lot longer than that. If you can't remember, because the new pigtail is going to come with a solid white and a solid black. Turn the ignition key on, don't start it, and put ground your test light, and then you can test which one is the power feed, and that power feed is going to be white, and then the one that doesn't have voltage is going to obviously be your ground. So yeah, this is the notorious 5.4 that everyone hates working on. Let me show you what those spark plugs look like. I will say 6 out of 8 of these plugs broke off, and this was after soaking them in penetrating oil all night long. They still break off. The ceramic breaks away. Sometimes the sleeve will come, and sometimes it'll come out like that. I know that this video is about misfires, but I just like to cover everything from plug removal to whatever else you might have a question about. If you're gonna pull those broken spark plugs, here's the best frickin' kit on the market. All those other kits are just a pain in the A. So there's the brand, there's the part number, broken spark plug remover for Ford Triton 3-valve engines. Let me show you what the kit entails. coolest kit on the market, man. So yeah, first thing you'll do with the broken pieces down in the, blow all the broken shit out with the high compressed air. This tool, it's screwed in there right now, I gotta loosen it, but this part will screw into the spark plug hole, and then you screw that down all the way till it's flush. Don't be scared. You'll hear crunching and cracking and smashing, and that's normal, man. So you'll do that, and then after it's flush, just unscrew the whole tool from the motor. Next, slide this sucker down in the spark plug hole, and what you do is you're gonna feed that tool into there. You'll have this this lock nut with a piece of nylon backed all the way out. It's reverse thread, so reverse thread it all the way to the leading edge. Drop it down in there. You should see a little gap about like yay. This end's gonna feed in to the broken spark plug end. I'm just gonna, all we're doing is mocking it, you know. So it's gonna screw down into this sucker that's trapped, that's busted down into your spark plug hole. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this sucker so it threads down into that hole. And you're gonna crank it not too hard. I'd probably go just do it at fingertip tightness, you know, with a wrench, I mean. Just don't be in there with an impact or anything too hard, because if you break this tip off in there, you're gonna be foobarred, and I really don't know how the hell you'd get that out. I really don't. So yeah, you'll screw that in, and then once you get that tight, once you can't turn that one anymore, you take this check nut and you go counterclockwise, and you'll start to feel it extracting out. And then when it's free spinning, you'll pull it out, and that tip is gonna be stuck in there, and you're free to blow all the bullshit out of the spark plug hole and move on to the next one. But I highly recommend that you pull your coils, pull your ignition coils the night prior to. Pull those suckers out, and then get some good penetrating oil. I used PB Blaster. Everybody knows what PB Blaster is, I think. There's a can, you can get it at Walmart, it's good stuff. Let it soak all night long. Prior to putting that penetrating oil in there, remove your coil plug, get some compressed air with a long, like an air gun. Blow all that shit out of the cylinders, and then spray your penetrating oil in the night before. Sometimes I think doing it on a hot motor it might be better to pull those plugs, but I let the damn penetrating oil sit all night long, and I still had a hell of a time pulling those plugs without breaking them. I will say that this truck had 156,000 miles on it, and there wasn't a goddamn drop of anti-seize on those plugs. So that's a good thing. You know, use some anti-seize on the plugs. I like to coat the new ones. I did get a couple plugs out without breaking them. I will coat them from here all the way to here with anti-seize, because I think this part here gets all carbonized, and that's what seizes to the aluminum block. Even soaking all night long, it still broke 6 out of 8. But with that kit, I got that kit for 80 bucks. That was the best 80 bucks I've ever spent. Because when I first broke off my plug, my heart sank, and I was like, I'm screwed. So luckily the YouTube community and a couple of my other buddies that own mechanic shops as well helped me out. I mean, we're all learning in this, and I think it's great that we're able to share information with one another. Anyways, that's my video on 2005 F150 Triton, 5.4 Triton. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Take it easy. Good luck.